Hey, it's Kimmy the Gadget Goddess, and I am back from vacay. I wanted initially to shoot a initial impressions and first thoughts on the Pixel 5a 5G, but I've had it quite a while now, so I want to say more or less the things that I've learned by using this phone over the past couple weeks. I still kind of miss my folds, but I was like, this Pixel thing isn't all that bad. And for me, I'm usually a flagship user, so using a mid-range phone was very different for me. I know I have only shot an unboxing on this phone, but I really like to use phones before I put out my opinion on them and kind of tell people if I would buy it or if I wouldn't buy it. So I'm not one to rush to judgment and use a phone for a week or a couple days and then tell people, hey, go grab this. No, I like to really use the phone. So with that, I'm ready to give you my opinion on the Pixel 5a 5G that still has my main daily driver Android SIM in it. Let's hop into that. First things first, we're still rocking the Grogu wallpaper, which I mentioned in the first video was included in wallpaper samplings that were offered on the phone. Second, let me talk about some of the things that I experienced on this phone on an Android by default, not having to download other apps to do so, because I'm pretty sure other Androids can do some of these things. Speaking on an out-of-the-box experience, a simplistic experience for an Android user, or maybe somebody who's more challenged with dealing with smartphones in general. Now, a lot of people have asked me about this phone. I guess people who may have not experienced the Pixel experience like I hadn't, so I have a lot to share. Call screening has been one of my best friends. I really haven't had a lot of spam calls since I got this device. I can't relate it directly to Pixel and their screening process with their phones. Even before the call even comes in, I enjoyed being able to put somebody through the process of having to talk to my little person who asked them the nature of their call and see if it was a call I wanted to take. Some of these features come turned on, and some of them will ask you about activating them the first time they come into play. I would advise anybody using Pixel for the first time, do the Pixel tips. They give you the nice little details and things like that, and you just swipe to go to the next tip. So you swipe back and forth, so nothing moves through fast, and you take it at your own pace. Live caption can also caption phone calls. I found this to be funny that every time my phone would ring, it would say, hey, do you want to caption this phone call? And I'm like, that'd be kind of cool if I was on speakerphone. I did use it on a call or two by accident because I tapped the wrong button. You can make a selection and make that the selection default. I did it on a case-by-case basis because, again, I'm testing out this phone and I wanted to see how that worked. For me, I enjoyed it. I am a multitasker. Sometimes I can be a little distracted and be doing other things while I'm on the phone. Not to say that I am a person that ignores people on the phone. It's just I can be distracted easily. If I have live caption on, I can kind of glance down, see what I missed, and respond accordingly. Swiping up takes you to either screenshot or select. I wish more of my phones took screenshots like this. I'll put the official title for this in the video, but I'm gonna call it Smart Dock. So I didn't care for the search bar down here, still don't. I use it here and there. The Smart Dock kind of learns you. So the more I use this phone, and believe me, I am one of these people who likes my phone my way. I gave in to some of the pressures of wanting to put what I wanted here. I did put phone, apps, and message to stay up here. But these two apps right here change varying on what I've used most. So as my phone has learned me, it's saying, hey, she'll probably go into Twitter soon. I just left Pixel tips. So those two are down at the bottom. Very smart. I haven't had much issue. I'm a minimalist when it comes to my phones and what's on the screen, so it doesn't really bother me that it's not a lot here because I wouldn't have kept a lot there. I'd have probably had 5 apps down here. Probably not these 5, but I'd have had 5 apps there. I am more of a swipe up, find my app and let's go kind of person. And that's how I roll. I just don't like a lot of stuff on my home screen. I have not had the opportunity to use the Google Assistant to hold the phone call for me. I haven't really made any phone calls to customer service to where I would be put on hold. I do plan to use that feature when I can, but hopefully I won't have to use customer service for anything anytime soon. If you are a college student, or if you're a professional that does a lot of meetings, and let's say sometimes you tune out of your meetings, or if you just want to save an audio version of meetings or lectures or whatnot, the fact that you can go back in your lectures or meetings and search per topic with this phone is pretty freaking amazing. Again, these are features that are built into the phone, no apps downloaded. You just have to turn these features on and off. I wanted to pull up their example. They say you start a recording, it's going to record it. Swipe to transcribe, so it's going to transcribe your lecture or meeting for you. And let's say you want to search when you were talking about a specific topic in that meeting. The meeting could have been an hour long, but let's say there was one part somewhere in the middle where they talked about giving raises or something like that, and you wanted to get the details about what was said. You can search that. And again, all this is in Pixel Tips. For me, over time, over these past couple weeks, this phone has learned my behaviors, and I don't have a battery saver mode on, but I have adaptive battery on. So I'm at 55%. It says I should get another day and an hour out of this phone. It just depends. It can vary. And the average charge lasts me 2 days. But, when you start looking at screen on time, lately, I'm back to work, so I'm not on my phones as much. I have the Ghostek case. I forget what this glittery pink one is, but I'll put thumbnails at the top for both, so you can check those out if you have interest. I'm too scared and I'm too clumsy not to go without a case. At home, maybe. Doing a review, maybe, but not on the regular. This next set of features are just like emergency kinds of features and calls it peace of mind. So you set up your emergency contacts. I do know Apple and some other devices use the same routine to where you set up who you want to be contacted in the case of an emergency. And even here, you can tell it. The example they use is somebody fell down the stairs. You hit the button, you share it, you type in your reason, I fell down the stairs, and it sends this location out to your peoples. These good kind of peace of mind things. Pixel doing a safety check on you if you want to go somewhere alone. A lot of people should use this if you go out alone a lot. I can be a loner at times. So your phone can check on you. If you put the little, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm going for a walk alone. And the phone will wait a period of time, and then it'll do a safety check. And if you don't respond and say I'm okay, it'll start sharing your location to 911, or you can hit the button and say call 911. Good feature. I could imagine a couple of uses for this, especially like females going out places or going into the unknown, but just people in general. So I love the safety features on here. And getting crisis alerts of things that happen near you, that's nice to have. I use the Citizens app, and I think this is a good kind of thing to have. Citizens app is more of like a local thing to where if there's a fire or car accident nearby, you'll get alerted. Last but not least, I've seen the commercials for this one where if you're in a car crash, it'll ask if you're okay, or if you want to call 911. So if you're not responsive, I'm sure it calls 911 for you like it does in the commercial. Those are great features to have on a phone. And I absolutely saved my favorite feature, or my favorite thing about this phone for last, the cameras on this phone. The Huawei queen, Huawei warrior, person who feels like Huawei has the best cameras, has always been me. Before you get too excited, no camera's perfect. Huawei is not even perfect. I enjoyed my birthday vacation so much. I'm gonna share some of the pictures I took with you on this vacation and show you how great the quality was. I got portrait mode pictures. I got, with the nice bokeh effect in the background. I got slow motion pictures of birds running away from ocean water. I just got nice pictures. It rained. I tried to get some slow mo there. It really wasn't that great to me. And all of the food on top of food on top of food. I ate really well during my birthday week, and now it's time for a diet. I do want to cover my only issue I've had with this phone since I've had it. When I first got this phone, I said I was going to set it up like I set up any other phone. That being said, I have a do not disturb mode that goes into effect around 10 o'clock. There are certain people that can contact me and there's others who can't. The day after I set up my Pixel, it's like my phone went into a permanent do not disturb mode, even though do not disturb was turned off. I went in and physically turned it on and off. I went and checked to make sure the times were right. Nothing seemed to work. I could get no alerts during that time. So instead of sending out I don't like this phone is the worst, what's up with these alerts? Why is it putting all of my alerts in silent? Some of your alerts will be put into silent. The phone is really smart at learning how to alert you and when to alert you. But all of my alerts were going to silent, like ones I wanted alerts for. I reached out to my good buddy, Barry Johnson. I wanted to reach out to a Pixel veteran. I didn't want to just send a tweet out and randomly get responses and answers from 50 people in 50 ways. We tried a lot of things and nothing brought this phone around. So he says, I hate you're going through this and this is your first Pixel experience. Reset the phone. I was only a day in, nothing really lost. So I reset the phone. So yes, I do send my phone into a do not disturb and a battery saver mode at nighttime. In the morning, those things are turned off. No issues. Phone works as it should. I again would like to thank Pixel, Google for the experience and inviting me to join Team Pixel. This is my first Pixel device. It has been a wonderful experience. I've been pleasantly surprised. I wouldn't change it. Other than, timing was a little off. I didn't get your first impressions, which is fine, because I wanted to be able to tell you that I liked or disliked the phone with a follow-up video. First impressions would have been, nice cameras and things like that, because you really have to dig into these Pixels to see the features that they have to offer that you just don't get in other places. I see why people love these devices. You're not breaking the bank. Could I suggest this phone to somebody? Heck yeah. I know people who are checking for this phone and asking me, am I going to get rid of it? When I'm going to get rid of it? Can they have it? And I'm like, no. I'm blown away. I can't wait to experience more. The 6 and the 6 Pro should be coming out soon. I definitely wasn't checking to buy either of those, but it's definitely a possibility now. But we still need to address that elephant in the room. Y'all knew that people referred to me as Folderella, among other things. I need a foldable Pixel. Take my money as soon as you drop the foldable Pixel, okay? I'd like to thank everybody for dropping by my channel, kind of getting my impressions after use, because these aren't really first. I've had the phone for weeks. I'd like to thank those that probably haven't been by my channel. If this is your first experience here and you enjoyed it, please click the like button. If this isn't your first experience here, you might want to consider subscribing. Subscriptions are free. I have memberships. Memberships have privileges. If you really, really enjoy the experiences here and you've come by Talking Tech Tuesday and experienced the live stream and you want to hang with us on a more personal level, you might want to join a membership. Click the join button and see what the perks are for my membership, and it's 2 tiers at this time. Just by clicking the join button does not make you an official member. It just shows you the perks. And if you're on an Apple iOS device, you will not have a join button. Feel free to go down in the description where I have a link to where you can join memberships, or again, click the link to see the perks of memberships on this channel. I hope to catch y'all on the next video. Holla!